Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently come into us. This is our Vauxhall Astra 1.8 VVTi SRI Sport Exterior Pack Edition. God, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Yes, so this isn't your sort of run-of-the-mill cars, you know, the exterior pack. You get some people that put exterior pack on there and they've only got slightly different alloy wheels, but this has got the body kit, bigger 18-inch alloy wheels, leather interior, heated seats, etc., and I'll go through that very shortly. Now, the reasons we do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We tell you exactly how it is. I'm going to briefly walk around the car now and then give you a more detailed view very shortly. So this particular car has covered 67,000 miles. That's it. It's only 67,000 miles. Really good mileage. Pretty good service history as well. I think it's got 6 service stamps. More importantly, the cam belt and water pump were fitted, new one fitted last year. The car had covered 57,000 miles then, so you don't need to do it for, oh God, quite a few number of years now. When the car leaves us, it's going straight to our prep guys, because even though it doesn't need a service as yet, it's not due for another sort of 3 or 4 months, we're going to probably get it all serviced and ready anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the camera there by the registration number. Please feel free to make a note of that, do any checks that you need to do on the car. In terms of the current MOT, that was done by the previous owner. It's got a couple of advisories, I think, one to do with a fog lamp, one to do with a tyre, and something to do with some rear springs. Fog lamp are done, tyre has been done. The rear spring bit, it was on the driver's side. I think it hadn't been seated correctly, but we've had our prep guys have a look at it prior to us getting all these photos done, getting the car sort of ready, prepared, and it looks like it's just a seating issue, and that will be rectified when it goes in for its service. So you'll probably see there the wheels have been painted a slightly darker silver, so they're not the standard silver. They look probably better in the photos than they do in this video, but they're a very lighter gunmetal grey, so it's just going away from the standard silver. We didn't want to go really dark and make it look really sinister, but the wheels do look stunning, absolutely do. Okay, now I mentioned the reasons why we tend to do these videos about honesty, integrity, trust. You know, please feel free to read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine reviews, all verified purchases. Now, I do apologise if you tend to see people running, walking past as I'm taking this video. I do apologise. I am in a public park, so you will get people walking their dogs, running, jogging past. All right. So what we're going to try and do is we'll start off on the driver's side. Sorry, I was just looking at some joggers coming towards me there, so apologies. So we'll tend to look at the driver's side front, and we'll go around and show you the inside of the car as well. So, and I think I might have mentioned it before, so whether you are, you know, 2 miles away or 200 miles away, when you come and have a look at the car, it should be as I've described it. And apologies if I do go on a bit, but I'd rather do it this way, just so you know what you're coming to have a look at. So all the tyres have got plenty of tread on them. They've got approximately, you know, 5 and 6 millimeters of tread, loads of tread on the tyres. As I mentioned, the alloy wheels have been refurbished. I know it probably doesn't look that dark now when I'm sort of shut, you know, with the camera, but when you have a look at the pictures, you will see they do look a lot darker. Now, down the side of the car, I'm just going to try and move the camera really slowly, just so you can try and pick up all the reflections. Just so you can see there's no dulling of paint, no great big dents and digs, anything like that out of the side of the car. But I will point out any bits and pieces, and normally with a black car, it's normally the front end is the worst bit, because they'll tend to show lots of chippings and what have you. Let's just go around the back of the car and just go down to the front. Again, hopefully you can try and pick up that the paintwork is really how can I say it? I'm going to say really shiny, but it looks absolutely stunning. Really good reflections off of what you can see in the background, the grass, etc., that type of thing. And again, as I mentioned, tyres got plenty of tread. Alloy wheels, well, do we need to look at the alloy wheels because they've just been refurbished? So let's just show you inside. That bleeping is just telling me that I've got the key in the ignition, so I'll turn it out. There is 2 keys with the car. So that's all good. One is a remote one. I believe the other one isn't a remote. Yeah, but there's definitely 2 keys. Just show you the interior. All looks in really, really fine fettle. Okay, you have a little bit of wear in the centre bits here, where you're sitting down on, especially on that side as well. But it can't be helped really with the leather. Sometimes they do stretch, but there's no ripping, there's no tearing, anything like that at all. And the same thing with the back. Back looks in really good condition. Hardly been sat in really. 3 head restraints there. Door panels will look really good. So your light switches, front fog lamp, rear fog lamp, etc. You've got your controls on the steering wheel, so you've got your volume for your radio, you can change all the radio settings. You've also got all the trip computer that comes up on the central binnacle display. Okay, now I mentioned this car's got 67,000 miles. Let's just put the ignition on for you so you can have a look there. 67,317. That's on the car. Now I may use this car, so as I use it the mileage will go up, and I'll just update it on Auto Trader and my website. Then you've got the central controls there for air conditioning, your radio controls. Right at the top there you've got your heated seats, and slightly to the left is your sport button. That's the one that controls your, sort of activates the throttle, so it gives it a bit more oomph really when you're driving the car. Hope you don't feel really good. Now there is a set of mats in the car already, but I have, I'll show you in the boot, got a brand new set of mats from Vauxhall's. You got the Astra logo there. There are a spare set of metal number plates if someone wanted to put them on the car. They're in the car as well. Okay, so probably the worst bit about this car, and I'm just coming to it now. Okay, now there are a few little scratches around that area of the bumper there. You can probably see them. I don't know if I can move that way. You might be able to see them. They have been touched up. We're not going to be painting rear bumpers or anything like that. It's, you know, the car is 9 years of age now. I know she's only covered 67,000 miles, but it's 9 years of age. We're not going to be painting all the rear bumper and spending another £300–400 on it. There is probably the worst bit about it is the bumper. You've got a few little digs here and there, and one over here. Okay, now if I took a photograph, as you would do normally from here, you'd be none the wiser what was on the car. I just wanted to point it out to you. Now, to be fair, I did get a quote to have the whole rear bumper painted. It was about 335 quid. If someone wants to have that done, I can certainly put them in touch with the person that gave me that quote for the rear bumper to be painted. Okay, and let's just go down the passenger side. Again, plenty of tread on the tyres. Alloy wheels, obviously refurbished. But more importantly, I just wanted to sort of, you know, move the camera really slowly, just so you can pick up that there's no great big digs or anything like that, dents in the car. Again, we're just using the reflection to see the grass and these little posts, these here. Now dealers have started doing these videos, but they sort of tend to do them for about 30 seconds a minute. Loads of rubbish music playing in the background. Doesn't really give you a good view of the car. Now, some of the door edges on along here did have some chips on them. They've all been touched up already. And let's just show you the passenger side. Now the sun's starting to shine through the window, so if you can see anything there on the seats, that's just where the sun is coming through. I'll show you maybe the back as well. We've done it on one side, we'll just show you the other. Now it looks like maybe at one sort of stage you might have had a baby seat in here, because you can sort of just see a couple of little, they're not marks, it's just where it's pressed into the leather. Again, just want to show you there's no fraying or anything like that. It's just that part of the lower part of the seat there, it's just a bit sagged really. But they tend, the leather on these cars tends to be quite a harder, harsher leather. It's not as soft as what you get in a Mercedes or a BMW, so they'll tend to do that. They tend to stretch a bit. And then door panel, all looks fine. And then show you tyres as well. Lots of tread on the tyres. Alloy wheels, as I mentioned. suspension, just been refurbished. And let's just go from the back, so from the front to the back, and hopefully you can pick up all the reflections there. Now you'll probably see a picture of the engine bay. We do not jet wash any engine bays whatsoever. Apologies if it doesn't look as clean as some other garages, but you know, sometimes they do that to either hide behind things. If you've got an oil leak on a car, you'll jet wash an engine bay. We don't jet wash an engine bay. We'll show you exactly how it is. Okay, now a few little stone chips. Again, it's a black car. Along the front of the bumper and along the leading edges of the bonnet, you'll tend to have a few stone chips. There'll be a few here, and again, it's quite hard to get it as the reflection, but she's 9 years of age. She's done 67,000 miles. She will have some stone chips, especially along the front of the car. Okay, especially along with a deeper spoiler. It goes along here. And then you've got a few that are around near the towing eye. And a couple along here. Now the good thing is, a lot of customers that do tend to see these videos sympathise with me and probably say to me I probably go a little bit overboard. But we just want to try and be as thorough as we possibly can. So there's no, you know, we're not trying to misrepresent something, tell you something's absolutely stunning, like a lot of dealers do. They'll put in their exceptional condition, etc. You know, what you class as exceptional and what I class as exceptional is totally different. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you very much for your time. We're coming up to about 12 minutes now. So I babbled on far too much. So if it's this car you're interested in, or anything else we've got at Motor Park Vehicles, send me, leave me an email, send me a text, give me a call. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you again for your time. Bye bye.